All right. So I wanted to do a tier list, but I don't consider myself very good at this game. So what I wanted to do, I got this idea from Deathy. He did a tier list on character design, like how they fit into the game and how fun is their kit. I wanted to do actual visual appearance, how much sauce they have, how much aura they have, because I think I can speak to that. So we're going off personality, we're going off visuals, we're going off voice lines, we're going off fucking everything. Starting off with Abrams. I think Abrams is pretty saucy. I think he has good interactions. I think his lore is important too. I think the stuff with his book is pretty cool. I will say he did lose a little bit of sauce when they changed his alt animation. I think his old alt animation, where it really looked like the book was like lifting him up and it was like jolting him in the air, I think looks way cooler than what it is now. I don't know, he's a fucking big ass blue guy with horns, detective, punches the shit out of people, rams into people. I think he's pretty cool. Next we got Apollo. Apollo, I'd put in, he might be maxed out. He might be maxed out sauce, honestly. Because I think his whole thing is style and like ego, braggadocio. And I think they do that really well, especially in his animations where he's so like flamboyant and like everything he does looks effortless. He has one of the coolest looking alts in the game. I mean, like, come on. Like, everything he does, I think just breathes like just flair. And this is coming from someone who I haven't played Apollo since literally the day he came out. So I'm not biased towards him. Bebop, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that's cool about Bebop is his voice lines. I like when he goes, hello, hello, hello. Like that's it. I think his voice lines are cool. He could be mid-sauce. He might be in debt. He really might be in, we might be debt levels of sauce here, honestly. Like, it's like, what's fucking, like, other than his voice lines, what is redeemable about this character? Genuinely. Billy's high, and he might be maxed out. I think, honestly, pretty much all the new characters are maxed out. One of the coolest and one of the most, like, creative reload animations, he eats his mag. He fucking eats it. He has really funny voice lines. He breaks like the fourth wall all the time, and like complains about like balancing and stuff like that, which I think is cool. Animations all look really cool. Like I actually have nothing bad to say about Billy. I think he's one of the best looking design characters. He's a punk goat. Calico's got some sauce. She's got some. I think in terms of character design, she's one of the more plain characters. Should we pull them up? Should we pull up the characters? She's got some sauce here. To me, like, there's nothing crazy about her. I think her turning into a cat is cool. I think her animations look cool. Her voice lines don't stick out to me. So like with Calico, there's nothing that I think, other than the fact that she turns into a cat, which is cool. That puts her from mid to some sauce. But other than that, like nothing sticks out to me. I think she is a character that could use a slight redesign, some more like bedazzling. You know, she seems like the type of character who kind of likes to show off a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I think for that, yeah, she has some sauce. She has some sauce. Celeste, I think, is one of the most visually appealing characters in the game, if not the most visually appealing character. I think her design is just so well thought out. I think the only thing about her that could use some work is her wand. I think her wand is kind of lame. I think it could be a bit better. But I love how she like spins it when it shoots. Her sliding animations are great. Her jumping animations are great. All of her animations I think are fantastic. I think her voice lines are really cool. She's one of the characters that I really want to learn more about. Like why is she a fucking unicorn? Like why literally anything going on with her? I think everything about her is very interesting. So yeah, I easily maxed out sauce. Easily. Same thing with Doorman. What a creative concept for a character. I put put fucking DoorDash, bro. My fat ass put DoorDash, bro. Ain't no fucking way. What a creative concept for a character to make a doorman like use doors as teleporters, and he shoots with a fucking key ring, but he's actually like a god posing as a doorman. I think he's a patron, like one of the old patrons. Like what an insane concept for a character, and I think it's executed so well with his voice lines, with his animation. Like I don't know, I think everything they did with the doorman's design is pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. I have zero. I think Doorman, in my opinion, is the most interesting character behind Celeste. Celeste number 2. I think Doorman is the most interesting character in the game in terms of lore and just how creative his kit is. I like everything about Doorman, even though I despise this fucking character in game. And I think he's manufactured by the IDF. Visually, he's, I think, really cool. Dwifter. Visually, I mean, he's fine. I don't know. There's just nothing that really speaks out to me with Drifter in terms of visual appearance. I mean, I think he's cool. He looks cool. He looks fine, but like nothing, just a vampire. Like there's nothing that crazy or unique about him. I think his lore is cool on how he's like a couple hundred years old or some shit like that. I don't know too much about Drifter lore, but even down to his animations, I mean, Rend is I think visually looks cool, but like, man, that's it. Like, that's all I got for Drifter. That's all I really got for him. I think he's kind of mid-levels of sauce. I think he's fine. I think he's okay, but like nothing sticks out to me with him. Dynamo, I think Dynamo's very saucy. I think his appeal is funny. I think he's a goofy character, and I think they lean into that. Like, I don't know, everything about him I just really like. I like his little bow. I like how his head is detached from his body. I think his gun looks cool. I think his voice lines are really cool. Should we really take into this account? Take this into account on like the community that follows them, because Dynamo has a pretty devoted community with like the belly slapping, and people like to put cat ears on Dynamo because he's a cute little guy. I don't know, man, I just like everything about Dynamo. His voice lines are cool. His ult looks cool. All of his abilities look cool, except for his heal. I think his heal could use some work. His animations, he's like jumps everywhere. I think he like does something with his belly when he uses his shockwave. Like his like whole body like jiggles a little bit. I just really like Dynamo. I think he's a goofy, fun character. He's like top of very sauce. He teeters on maxed out sauce. He's like right there, but he's not quite there, I think. Graves is hard. I instinctively want to put her in mid, but I don't think that's true. I like her animations. I like how all her abilities look. How her outfit, I think, is really cool. I like everything visually about her. Not the biggest fan of like her personality or voice lines. Maybe I just haven't played enough Graves, honestly, and I don't watch many people play Graves because I don't know how you can play this character without like drooling on your keyboard and start falling asleep. So like whenever I see someone play Graves, I just kind of tune out. So I'm trying, I feel like that's influencing my opinion a little bit. I think I'll give her, she's got some sauce, I think, but like I think her personality is just so boring in my opinion. Great Talon. Great Talon's mid sauce. The only thing he's got going is that he's like a grandpa, and I guess that's cool, and he's like Native American. He was ex-member of the Baxter Society. Like that stuff's cool, but like that's it, man. Like even like I think his bow looks kind of fucking lame. Like I don't know. Like to me, it looks like they haven't changed Grey Talon's design since Neon Prime, which is probably true. I think Grey Talon is one of the characters that do have an unfinished design, so it's a little unfair, I think. Some of these are going to be a little unfair because they're not finished designs. So maybe I try to give him the benefit of the doubt on what this character could look like. I think it's a good concept, but he's just not quite there yet. So mid-levels of sauce. He's got some. Because this is an unfinished design. I'll be a little bit fair, because he could look cool. He could be cool. He is a old Native American, spiritually in touch, has a cool owl, cool back. He has potential. Hayes. I think Hayes has got some sauce. I think it's mostly from lore. I think her lore is very cool. But I mean, I think this is another unfinished design. You can see like right here, like it's her knife is, I think, clipping into her body. I'm not sure how intentional that is, but I think her design, her idea, her concept, all that stuff, I think is pretty well executed for what it is. I think her ult looks cool. She can go invisible, which is kind of, it looks cool. I don't know. I do like everything. I like everything about her. And I think she has some of the most interesting lore in the game because she's directly involved. She's involved with the CIA and something to do with like I don't fucking remember actually. I shouldn't say anything, but From what I do remember of her lore, it's pretty interesting and it's pretty cool, and I think she's one of the most interesting characters in the game. But does that count as sauce? Because like, it's not the same kind of sauce that Dorman has because of his lore. Paige is just interesting. Dorman's like cold. He's like ore farming. I think Hayes has mid sauce. Holiday I think does have some of the more fleshed out lore in the game. I don't know, man. I don't think I have that much to say on Holiday. I think she's just kind of mid. I don't know. Some of her voice lines are good. Her interactions with Venator is really interesting. I don't know, man. I think she's not that fleshed out. Nothing really sticks out with me in Holiday. Like nothing about her seems like super like creative with her, or like that interesting. I don't know. In Furnace, we might be maxed out levels of sauce here. I'm not gonna lie. And it's for one image only. It's for one image only. I mean, I know this isn't even like original, or it's not in the game, but I mean like come on, bro. Like, does this picture not go fucking stupid? Like, everything about him is just cool. Like, I don't know. Everything about him is cool. Bro, he shoots fire from his hands. I don't know, man. He's just cool, bro. He's just fucking cool. All of his voice lines are cool. Like, he like giggles to himself when he kills someone. Like, I don't know, man. I think everything about Infernus just exudes like just sauce, man. I don't know. I think he's easy S tier. One of the coolest characters in the game. Ivy. Ivy's got some supporters. People love Ivy. I'm not that crazy about Ivy. I think she's cute. I think she's cool. I like her design. Like the vines wrapped around her gun and her arm. It's got a cool personality. I think she's got some sauce. Kelvin. Honestly, I don't know anything about Kelvin. I know he's important in lore because I think he comes from like a family or something. I don't know. Could be wrong on that. I don't know that much about Kelvin. I think he looks cool, especially with like the redesign they did on him. I think it's pretty cool. I think his animations look cool. Dome is pretty cool. His voice lines are cool. He has one of the fucking funniest gloats in the game, I think. Oh no, I've heard they changed it. Wait, can I see his old gloat? This one? I kind of like this gloat, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of sad they changed it. I thought it was kind of funny. I like Calvin. I think Calvin's got some sauce. Lady Geist. Oh yeah, she is a character with some pretty fleshed out lore. I think Geist's lore is cool, and this whole like trying to preserve like her looks and to not look like super old and stuff like that. I think is pretty cool. Visually, I think she's cool with her arm that I think is like eventually gonna kill her. She has like a lock on it, which I think is pretty cool too. I think all her animations are cool. Her voice lines are cool. I think she's pretty sauced up. I put her in very saucy. I think she's pretty fucking sauced up. Here we go. Oh, here we fucking go. Lash. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, what can I say about this specimen of a man? I don't know. I don't know, bro. I think he's just gotta go there. Like, I mean, so we're talking about some of the most fleshed out lore in the game. We're talking peak design. Absolutely incredible animations. Some of the funniest voice lines in the game. Might I mention again, like I just said, some of those fleshed out lore in the game. Can we get a check on that? I mean, talk about a novel. Talk about a fucking novel. I mean, I don't know what they were cooking when they were writing this. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love Lash. I love everything about Lash. I think he's just incredible. I actually love everything about Lash. Moving on. Mina, I think she's gonna be maxed out sauce. She's definitely maxed out sauce. Yeah, I mean, Mina just looks so cool. She just looks so fucking cool, bro. I think all her animations look cool. Like the rake looks cool. Her ult looks really cool. Love Bites when it procs looks cool. I think all her interactions with other characters are very cool. Especially her story with Pocket is interesting. I think for a vampire bat, and like what her character is kind of supposed to be, like her personality, I just think it's all reflected well. I think she's just a really well-rounded character. I think she is one of the best designed ones. Up there with some of the best. Mirage. I'm gonna have to be biased here. I fucking hate Mirage in game. I'm trying not to be biased. Mirage, I think, has a pretty cool design. His animations are kind of whatever. I think he has some really funny voice lines where half of them are just him screaming at the top of his lungs. Like they're actually fucking torturing Mirage's like VA when they're recording lines for him. But other than that, I like his little flintlock pistol. Dijin Mark is kind of, it looks whatever. Scarabs, I think, look whatever. Tornado. I mean, it's a tornado, I guess. TP looks whatever. Like, I don't know. I do think there's more they could do with Mirage in terms of animations, but like visually how his character looks, I think he's pretty solid. He's got some sauce. He's got some sauce. Mo and Krill. You know, I actually do kind of like how Mo and Krill look. I think it's a pretty unique design of having like a big ass mole rat being controlled by I don't even know what the fuck he is, honestly. I really don't. But I think he's a cool idea for a concept. He's got some cool animations, being able to burrow under the ground. I think it's pretty cool. All animation, I think, could be reworked. His voice lines are funny. The interactions between Mo and Crow, I think, are funny. I think he's a pretty goofy, fun character. They got some sauce. They got some sauce. Paige. I like Paige. I like Paige. Paige, I think, has one of the best designs in the game. I think she does. I think she's just a very visually appealing character. Throwing letters out of her book as like her weapon, I think, is a cool idea. And the stack of books that she carries, I think, are all really cool. I think all of her abilities look pretty cool. The horses are pretty cool. The dragon ren that she throws out is pretty cool. Her shield, I think, could look better. But I think all of her animations and stuff are pretty cool too. Like her voice lines, I like all her voice lines. I like all her interactions that I've heard. Yeah, I have no complaints. I think she's pretty sauced up. Paradox. So I don't think I've ever said this. I started playing Deadlock because I liked how Paradox looked so much. Maxed out fucking sauce, bro. I think Paradox has one of the coolest designs in this game. Has some of the coolest animations. Swap is such a cool ability. The shield looks, I guess, fine. But her sliding animations and stuff like that, I don't know. I think they absolutely just cooked with Paradox's design. I don't know. I like everything about Paradox. One of my favorite characters in the game, even though I never play her. Pocket. Lore-wise, I think Pocket is very, very cool. I think they have a really cool backstory. Design, I think Pocket looks pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of how their shotgun looks, but I think the briefcase looks pretty cool. I don't know why it has frogs in it. I'm not sure. I don't know that much about. I don't know a ton about Pocket lore, but the whole going into the briefcase, teleporting with cloak, I think all that stuff's really cool. And I think Pocket has a pretty unique identity. I think Pocket's fucking got it like that. I think Pocket's got it like that. Remy boy. Rem has got to be maxed out on sauce. I quit playing Deadlock for a really long time, and it was Rem that brought me back to Deadlock when he came out. Rem has maxed out sauce, I think, like easily. I think the whole concept of him being like this cat, rat, owl, homunculi, whatever the fuck, and he's like sleepy, and he has his little dudes that follow him around. I like all of his voice lines. I like all of his interactions. He's so unbelievably cute. Like, I just like everything about Rem. One of the things that brought me back to Deadlock and made me want to start playing it again. Zero complaints. 7? I think 7's fucking got it like that, bro. 7's fucking got it like that. This guy's a walking battery that is the incarnation of evil. Like, hello? This guy's so fucking cool. Yeah, I think I like everything about 7. I think his ball lightning looks cool. His when he makes his gun like shoot electricity is pretty cool, and it looks cool when you shoot minions at it. His ult is like one of the coolest looking ults in the game. His voice lines are fucking sick. What's there not to like about 7? I think like even his fit. Like, look at his fucking face, bro. What is this? What even is he, bro? Oh, I didn't know he did this. What the fuck? It shows you the counters on the. What the hell? Wait, I didn't know that. Shows you what counters the item. Okay. I think 7 is maxed out sauce. This is where I think we're gonna get into territory of a lot of high sauce, because we're getting into some newer characters here, or characters that have gotten their finished designs. Shiv, bro, we might have to drop some people down. I think we're getting too many people. Maybe Deadlock just fucking got it like that, bro. Deadlock just has maxed out sauce like that. I don't know. But I feel like there's too many people in maxed out sauce. Fuck it, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Shiv. Shiv is up there. I think Shiv looks really fucking cool. But I don't know. But nothing wows me about him. I think his slide animation's cool. I think his wall bounce animations are cool. I think all of his animations are cool. I think he's got it down in that front. Some of his voice lines are pretty cool too, but again, like none of this is like that's cool and I can acknowledge it, but none of it's like drawing me to like really like Shiv. I think his backstory is cool. How he was like was he a serial killer? Or he was a bad guy and he's trying to like redeem himself for the Baxter Society. I think that's a pretty cool story, but they haven't really fleshed that much out with that aspect. So for now he's got some sauce. Silver, maxed out. Oh, I gotta think about this one. Actually, I gotta think about this one. I don't know. I like Silver a lot. I really like Silver. I think she's got to be maxed out. I think she has some of the coolest animations in the game. Like her melee animation is great. Her dive animation is great. Her wolf farm animations are great. Her voice lines are great. Like her design is they did everything right with Silver. I think I actually have zero complaints about Silver. I think she's one of the coolest and like stands out as a really unique character in the game. Maxed out song. We have to drop someone. Who do we drop? We have to drop someone. I think we drop Apollo. We drop Rem. I'm dropping Mirage to mid, I think. Sinclair. I actually might go against the grain here. I don't think that many people like Sinclair, but I actually really like Sinclair. I think his whole idea, his whole concept is very cool as a magician. And he's like fused with his wife in this body. Turning people into rabbits, I think is a cool idea. He could teleport with Savannah. All of his voice lines, I think, are really cool. And I think his design is like simple and basic as it is. I think is pretty creative. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I just really like Sinclair. Again, obviously his design needs to be reworked and it's not finished. But like, I don't know. You just like touch it up a little bit so it doesn't look as like untextured. And I think you got a great design here. He's got some sauce. I would say it's very, but he's got some sauce. He teeters on very. He's almost there, but he's not quite there. Venator, one of the coolest looking characters in the game. Just one, easily flat out one of the coolest looking characters in the game. I love Venator. I love his lore. I love his voice lines. I love how I just kind of love everything about him. I think he's just such a cool looking fucking brute of a character. Crossbow is cool. Really fun to use. The shotgun is really cool and fun to use. He carries around, like, look at that. He carries around like these insides. He's got like trinkets on him and stuff. He got whatever this fucking thing on his gun. He's got like the bead here. Like I don't know. I feel like his character is just really well thought out and really well designed visually. One of the coolest and most interesting characters in the game. Easily. Victor. I don't know how I feel about Victor. You know, actually, I think I do like Victor. I think I do like his design a lot. I like his arm. I like how his arm looks. He's got these like ritual marks on him, barbed wire around his hand. The whole pain battery thing is really cool, like jolting him alive. All his animations are cool. As much as I hate his ult, I think it's one of the coolest looking ults in the game. I love how, which ability? I don't play Victor. Which ability is it that he uses? Is it pain battery? And he like hunches over on it. Like yeah, like when he's hunching over using whatever ability it is, I think looks really cool. So yeah, I don't have too much to say about Victor, but I do think everything about him is it just looks cool. I'd say he's very saucy. Very, very saucy. Bro, the only time I hear people talk about Vindicta is just that she has no shoes on. You can see her feet. Like, that's literally it. I don't know. Nothing really speaks out to me with Vindicta. I think she's like, okay. I think there's potential for her, but as of right now, I don't know. I think she's kind of got some mid sauce. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think she's really got that much going on. Viscous, I love Viscous. I don't know. I don't think they need to touch this character. Even though I think he has an unfinished design, I don't think they need to touch him. I think he's perfect the way he is. I mean, just look at that face. Just look at that fucking face, bro. I don't know. He's sauce. Very saucy. I love Viscous. I love everything about Viscous. Viper, I don't know. The only thing Viper's got going for her is I think her voice lines. I used to play a lot of Viper, so I've heard a lot of her voice lines. I think she has an unfinished design too. I think she has potential. I think she's got some sauce. I think she's kind of unfinished. I do like her voice lines though. Warden, I like Warden a lot. I think Warden's one of the coolest characters in the game visually. His gun is kind of like whatever, but I like how he holds it. Some of the coolest lore in the game. Very misunderstood character. Warden is not a police officer. He has nothing to do with the police, I believe. He is not a police officer. He is an alchemist. So the whole like body cam off Warden, it's funny. And I always giggle at it when I see it because again, he does look like a police officer. I'll give him that. And Warden, like a police warden, like this character I think has a bit of an identity crisis. But I think through and through, he is an alchemist. As far as I know, he is not a police officer. But I do think it's cool that he's been like in his lore, he's been like prepping for this, or his family has been prepping for this for like years, I think, for this like for the I guess the events that happened over the course of Deadlock. So his lore is pretty cool. He's one of the more fleshed out characters, I believe. But I like Warden a lot. I think he's very saucy. He's up there with Abrams. Wraith. How do I feel about Wraith? I do like Wraith. I do like Wraith, and her lore is pretty cool too. Her being like queen of the underground or whatever. I'm not super big on like her personality, voice line interactions, like that kind of stuff, but I do really like her animations. I like her coat. I like her like robotic arms. Her gun looks really cool. All of her abilities are very cool and very like very stylish and colorful. I think she's pretty saucy. I think she's got some sauce. I put her teeters on it. I kind of like Sinclair. Like very much teeters on it. Yamato. Yamato's hard because she is an unfinished character, but I think we can kind of get an idea for how she's gonna look because I believe Valve hired the person who made this mod. So I think we can get an idea of like how Yamato rework could look. And bro, she looks like this, or we get something that looks like this. She's one of the most sauced out characters in the game. Do we count potential? That's the question, because I think everything Yamato has looks pretty cool. Her voice lines, even though they're mostly in Japanese, sound cool. I think her alt could use could be touched up a little bit. I think her like channeling thing, I think it's pretty basic, but I see so much potential with her that I think I have to put her in very saucy. I think I have to. So I think, would I want to change anything here? I think I'm pretty happy with this list. I'm not sure if I want to change anything. Bebop is right where he belongs. Lash is right where he belongs. I think I'm pretty happy with this. I think I'm pretty satisfied with this. I don't think I changed anything. All right. Play some freaking video games.